So basically, my food stamp card is missing. I just had to do that for a second. And I just, I'm not laughing at the fact that it's missing. It's not missing, it got taken. Okay. It got taken because someone is trying to create a moment, trying to energy harvest. Because I'm about to come with my cycle and they need ratings, dark web views. I don't know. Again, my name is Juan. This is my true story about being my life as a target individual, how I got put on the government watch list by 50 Cent in the middle of his rap beef with the game because he has government protections, how that spread like wildfire in the music and entertainment community because I was an aspiring music artist. And it went from there to Kanye West, took it to Jay-Z, Beyonce, made it all the way to Barack Obama. And ever since then, I've really been fucked because he has some crazy obsession with making this gang stalking and targeting. I mean, he has the whole CIA, FBI at his fingertips. So it doesn't make that fun, but I digress. Anyway, just for those that are new here, okay? It's a true story. It's my real life story, not lying, not a joke. I've just finally gotten to the point where I'm comfortable talking about it after going through it every single day, 365 days a year for the past 20 years. This started when I was in my early 20s. Just had my daughter. Speaking of my daughter, who is now fighting her way through college, 20. That's how I count it because it started when she was just a baby. I just tweeted out earlier how 90% of her stress is because she has to deal with these psychopaths that have been using her since she was in middle school. That's when they chose to say whatever they said, make any threats against my life. And it's just like, hey, you have to do what we say, or we're going to hurt your mom. And as long as you do what we say, of course, against me and the household, all right, then we won't hurt your mom. And I guess as she got older, they even started, paying her for it. They pay her through her college tuition fund. I digress. So my food stamp card is missing. I do almost shopping tomorrow. And all I could think of, and I wasn't even randomly like looking for it. I was doing something else specifically when I saw that. I was like, oh, it's gone. And thanking God for my tourist placements because one thing about fixed signs, like we put stuff where we put stuff. And even if we lose or maneuver something, major things, it's like, it's going to be in that place 100% of the time. And even if you misplace it with a fixed sign, it's like if it's not the second place or the third place, then something fucked up is going here. But I know something is going on here. Okay. Because it's weird with the gang stalking and the target individual program. They do all this illegal government testing. And I know that sounds like movies and bitch, I am a movie on the dark web, but I swear to God, it's true. The technology they have, you just wouldn't believe, like they torture people. Thanking God that I made it this far. Anywho, I can hear a gang stalker coming right now. Anywho, for the past couple of days, something had been like, oh, your food stamp card, your food stamp. So I assume it's been missing or gone or taken for a couple of days now because some folks like, go good. And I was like, there's no need to get it because there's no fucking money on it. I'm not really worried about it. And so I'm going to do something else, like making my vision board, whatever. And then I'm like, oh, it's gone. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then immediately I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. Mind you, it's been a very intense week, um, very emotional. Okay. We won't blame Mercury retrograde, but it's just been dealing with a lot of gaslighting, um, triggering sub posts like from celebrities online, gang stalkers online, um, out in public, just a lot. Okay. And but one thing I can say that I am proud of is that I have been advocating for myself. One gonna come right now, and I'm gonna put him on camera because okay. Um, One thing I can say is that I have been standing up for myself, calling people out, not caring, how crazy or whatever it made me look because I know and they know I'm telling the truth. I ain't got no reason to lie. Okay? I'm from St. Louis, U City, Eastgate, bitch. I ain't got no reason to lie. All right. So anyway, back to the food stamp card. So immediately I know, oh, okay, my period's coming up. They have this weird thing where they do this major street theater or they construct something that's supposed to um, cause a scene or have me get into it with somebody in public, get into it with my daughter. Uh, 90% of the time, they use my daughter around my cycle. It's weird when they do the harvesting. I talked about it in the first video. And there was this thing where, again, coming up in the past, she would take things, and I knew she took things or she moves things around the house. It's really fucking sinister and insidious, and that's a whole nother story. But um, I was saying that, this has been going on since she was a baby, 20 whole years. And relaying in my post on Twitter that, my daughter also did a bit. My daughter also got imprisoned. They fuck with her mommy. My ability as a single mom, single black mother, not only to provide financially, because they blocked all of my work, they attack all of my social media um, platforms, material channels, anything I try to create or build. They block or they pay their trolls to block or mess with. So it's like I barely make any money anyway, right? And I was just like, wow, she's had to go through a lot too. Um, some things, maybe at one point she wasn't a willing participant, and then sometimes we get into it, and I wonder, like, if it's her way of just kind of getting her lick back. But I know it's, I still know it's stressful and it's really fucked up. I don't know what they told her to make her do these things, but and it's like, okay, well, do you think she took the card? Maybe. I don't know. I don't care now that I know. Again, the purpose is to cause a big scene in the house because, they want this footage. They want to broadcast these illegal cameras in my house. They've been recording, mind you, they've been recording stalking in my home since she was a baby. So that's pedophilia. Okay. Both of my children, I have a son too, myself too. Okay, and profiting off of this on the dark web since she was a baby. And then making fun of it, posting pizza cars everywhere, like the pizza. Okay, anyway, so I know that this was orchestrated. So, I burst in, blame her. Where's my card? You took the. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. They know I need to put food in my house. It's the crazy part is that even if she, when I consider the thought that, maybe she did take it because I took the lock off my door, and I've been thinking about how I've been really into cooking and just trying to cook these nice meals for her, these past months, because, this is really the only way I can make up for what we're going through is, to get the food stamps, get the food, and then find these really meals and comfort. It's like all I have because they won't, they fuck with my money. So it's like all I can do is feed her and tell her how much I love her and hold her. So anyway, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna cause a scene. They know I need this food for my household. If that's their thing, if that's their sadistic way to have her take my fucking card, knowing that there's no fucking groceries in the refrigerator, knowing that I barely have, any fucking money or whatever, then, so be it. Okay. It just further proves what kind of people, it just further proves how sadistic all of this is, how evil all of this is. And I'm so glad and thankful that everyone involved will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, and that I will have recompense in every sense of the word, in every way, financially. But just pray for me.